Good, thank you, Gage. So Gage says to develop and prototype a solution, and that is correct. So we're moving into one of the last phases here where you're actually going to be building the prototype. So let's go ahead and open that activity up. So you should see that there's now a number 11 engineering project prototype. So you're going to open up the slides just like you normally do. You'll notice that I forgot to include a play button here, but that's okay. I mean, this is less than a page. It won't take you very long to read it, but you'll notice that this is actually a lot shorter also than usual. So you have just the intro and then the activity page, which is where you're going to include evidence of your prototype, so an image. In here, you're just going to review what a prototype is in the first section, and then the next section will talk about materials that you can use to create your prototype. So remember that a prototype is a working solution to the problem that's not using the same materials as you would in the final design. And remember that the reason that we do that when we make a prototype is so that we're not wasting materials, because most likely our first design isn't going to be the, it's going to need work after we test it out, right? So you can make a workable design that's the same size as what you need it to be, or you can make a model of it. So I know that some people are planning large things. Like I'm thinking in my head, someone that's doing a project that's about some sort of like a doghouse kind of thing. If you don't want to make a full-on doghouse out of cardboard, then you don't have to do that. You could just make a scaled down version of that design so that it's much smaller and workable. So materials. You can use whatever materials that you have available to you. Most people have paper and some form of cardboard lying around. Think about things that might be in your recycling bin. Do you eat cereal or crackers? You can take the cardboard from things like that to make your design. Do you have things that aren't being used anymore that can be repurposed? Remember to ask your parents or guardians or whoever you live with for permission before using any materials that could be repurposed. You could also consider using any construction kit that you might already have, like a Lego set or K'NEX, or I don't know, do they even still have stuff like that? Or other things that you can use to construct your prototype. If you do not have access to any of this stuff, if you don't have paper, if you don't have cardboard, anything to make a workable solution, let me know, and then we can try to brainstorm some way for you to complete this step. And then for this portion, all you're doing is including an image of your completed prototype. Remember that you can insert an image by clicking on Insert, Image, and then you can choose a way to upload it. You can either upload it straight from your computer, or you can take a picture if you have a camera on your device. Most of you should. You can take it directly from here. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this step. You're going to be working on it for the remainder of the week. Are there any questions for me? Okay, Zach, you're asking about making a house. The prototype needs to be based on your problem solution, remember? So we're not just making random things, we're making the design that we've been brainstorming. So last week you did step 4 where you brainstorm solutions. Hopefully by the end of that process, you have a better idea of what solution you want to focus on. So you were supposed to brainstorm as many ideas as you could and then choose one that you want to do. So you're not doing all 5, you're just choosing the one. So Riley, I'm going to pick on you really quick because your design stands out to me. So Riley is doing his project on, his problem is that he wants to be able to ride his bike to the beach with his surfboard and other things that you normally take to the beach, So he wants to build something to solve that problem. So I can't remember the design ideas that he had for his solution, but what Riley would do in this case is build some sort of a prototype. Now, I think he was talking about using PVC pipe as his final solution. And if he has the PVC pipe, he can do that. But my recommendation is to start with materials that you don't mind ruining, like cardboard or paper, to see if it's something that would work first. So you can roll paper up so that it looks like PVC pipe, right? So you can build a prototype out of paper and take a picture of it and then post it here. So your prototype should be about the solution that you chose from step 4. If you have not finished step 4 yet, you need to do that first. Okay, so you are picking up wherever you left off on your project. So don't jump ahead to step 5 until you've done the steps that come before it. And I think that in this class, there's actually a lot of you that either haven't turned in step 4 or need to improve your step 4. Go back and check to see if I wrote any comments on that assignment. There were some of you that either didn't complete your brainstorms, some of you that didn't submit sketches, some of you that only did one sketch. Remember, you're supposed to sketch a very basic image of each solution that you brainstormed. You guys had all week to do this, so I'm not going to let that slide. I have expectations, high expectations, and I won't settle for anything less. Okay, you need to have the 5 solutions that are brainstormed and the 5 sketches for each possible solution. And remember that if you turn something in late, you need to write a comment on it so that I can grade it ASAP, okay? All right, if you have any other questions or needs, let me know in the chat. It is possible that I'll be in a breakout room, so if I don't respond to your question right away, you may need to ask me again a few minutes later. All right, go ahead and get started.